Good morning, sixth graders. Lucas and I are here to do a guided drawing with you. I thought it would be fun to do 1 point perspective, but hey, let's be in an aquarium. Let's do this. So the first thing we need to do with 1 point perspective is do what? Do you remember? What's the first step when we do?
Excuse me.
That's okay.
You have to draw a dot.
So do you remember what that dot is called, Lucas?
Vanishing.
The vanishing point. That's because all of our lines, everything goes to that dot, and it looks like it's very far away, so everything is vanishing from our line of sight. So I want you guys to do it pretty much in the middle of your paper. My dot is going to not be that dark because I'm using Sharpie, but here it is. Right? Lucas is just using pencil. Now do your straight edge, and we're going to create from each corner of our paper, we're going to create an angled straight line to that vanishing point. What we're doing right now is we're creating the floor of our aquarium, kind of like a hallway basically. We're in an aquarium, and we're walking along this hallway where the windows surround us, and the aquarium is on the other side. Yes. Okay, so basically I just made a large X. So the next step that we do is we're going to create panes for a glass on the side. So now the thing with 1 point perspective is that the closer it is to us, the bigger things are. Things get teeny tiny when they get towards that vanishing point, okay? And so the width in between the panes of glass are going to get narrower and narrower as they get to the vanishing point. So what you're going to do is you're going to draw a vertical line from the bottom of that angled line to the top of that angled line. So in this triangle, you're going to do vertical lines, and in this triangle, you're going to do vertical lines. You can see, and I'll get to this in a second, that we're going to be connecting these vertical lines, so make sure that if you have 5 vertical lines over here, that you have 5 vertical lines over here. Otherwise, they're not going to match up. Use your straight edge, please. And I would suggest if you draw 1 vertical line on the left side, do that same vertical line on the right side. That way you can keep track of how many vertical lines you are doing while you're doing them. Okay, it's kind of hard to do if you do one side at a time, meaning I would do all the vertical lines at once on the left side, and then all the vertical lines on the right side. So that's just how I do it. It's just a little tip. So Lucas and I are drawing our vertical lines, They're getting narrower and narrower, of course, as we get to the vanishing point, closer and closer to the vanishing point. La 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 la. And I'm just kind of eyeballing these last little bits here. Okay, so now let's go ahead and connect the top of these vertical lines with a curved line, because in our aquarium it's rounded on the top. So you can see here from this vertical line to this vertical line I have a curve. Now it goes off my paper, and that's okay. So let's do that first one. The curve is going up, and I just kind of pretend that I'm still drawing. And then we do the next one. And then the next one. And so forth. So go ahead and do that. Now if for some reason you didn't quite match up your lines, that's okay. That's what erasers are for, because you're not doing what I'm doing. And did you find it?
Yep.
You're not doing what I'm doing and starting with Sharpie, because that's tough. So I decided to do a checkered floor. You do not have to do that. It's up to you. You can just keep it plain on the ground here. But for those of you guys who really want to do it, all I did was draw lines from the bottom of my paper to that vanishing point like this. Okay, do you want to try that, Lucas?
I'll try.
Yeah, you can totally do it.
Thanks.
So just line it up to that vanishing point, and then I created horizontal lines. Again, the width of these horizontal lines is narrower and narrower as it gets to the vanishing point, like this. So there's my checkered floor, and then I just colored in the boxes. So the fun part begins. I mean, I like drawing in perspective. I think that's really fun, even if it does take a little bit of time. You get to color in, and you can draw in these sorts of water. And actually, if you can watercolor, this would probably be the most beautiful way to do this particular picture. If not, that's fine. I did mine with Sharpie and colored pencil. No worries. I did some fish. I did a jellyfish. I even have a little turtle. You can do whatever you want. I put some seaweed. And anyway, I want to see your creations. I want to see how amazingly beautiful you can make this. Go ahead and email that to me today if you can. Talk to you later, 6th grade. Have a great day.
Yep.